Amazon or drugs.
Really, that's the two options?
Yep.
What is huffin' ya puffins?
Oh boy, here we are.
Welcome to Beauty in the Spectrum. This is take number 57. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're just going to get right into it.
We're really trying to perfect this for you guys. I'm just going to say that.
You know, speaking about what we want to talk about today, that's actually one of the cons I have of you, is if you're a perfectionist. We'll get into that, though.
Let's not be all negative right away.
No.
Why don't you tell everyone how you were inspired to get this wonderful name?
So I have ADHD along with a couple of other things, and I thought that for a good name for the podcast would be to capitalize on my disabilities, put it on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. And with Amanda and her stunning good looks, I actually was going to reverse it, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to be the beauty, but I don't think it would have worked as well.
Michael, like everyone who knows Michael knows that Michael is main character energy. So you might as well just be both.
I might as well do the whole podcast myself.
And the spectrum.
Right? Might as well just do the whole podcast myself then.
Yeah. I don't even know why I'm a host. I should just say co-host.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, we are co-hosts.
Co-host.
Well, we are co-hosts.
Yeah, but like you're main host.
No, you're main host. Anyway.
I think we're just gonna be like exposing our relationship.
A little bit, yeah.
The pros and the cons.
Overall, this podcast is going to be about our relationship along with the struggles of other people our age and, you know, trying to exist in this world right now, everything that's shifting and changing. But today we're going to go over the pros and cons of each other, I believe. Just talk about a couple of things we like and don't like, and
get expose ourselves.
Let you guys to know us.
I'm gonna go first because mine's pretty fresh in my head from last night. Well, this morning when I was rudely awoken to multiple alarms.
I just want to say
5 a.m. at 5:30 and 6 o'clock.
I actually wanted to defend myself here. I only use one alarm, however.
No.
I only hit, okay, fine. I'll tell the truth. I have about 15 alarms set.
Yeah.
Each one about 15 minutes apart. You guys can let us know. Do you guys use multiple alarms or just one alarm? For me, I have 15 to 30 at any given point.
Oh my god.
10 to 15 minute parts. Ranging from like 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. And when in the morning, if I don't snooze the alarm, it will just keep getting louder and louder.
That's my problem, because it's not even the problem with having multiple alarms, because I know people do that, but it's waking up for them.
Yeah, I don't get up.
If you're just gonna set them all and have no reaction to them whatsoever, why are they even on? Honestly,
I need them to get up and have a schedule.
But you're not even getting
up. I
up.
try. It's the effort that counts.
There's no effort.
It's a lot of effort.
There's effort for me because I have to get up and actually find your phone wherever it may be and turn it off.
I think it's incredible too that none of the animals react to them either.
Animals don't care.
So that's
They're
shocking.
all lazy.
Yeah, so that's shocking to me that
they sleep just as much as you.
Yes. On that note, you know, personally, I do think all those alarms are important and necessary. Yes.
I just set one and I'm good to go.
I can't do that.
You need to learn.
Well, you know what? Can't all be perfectionists like you.
Okay.
And that's the next thing. Everything has to be perfect with you.
Really?
If it's not perfect, you want to do it over, rip it up, throw it out.
Which is why this has taken so long.
It has.
Although you were kind of like this for the last one.
I was. No, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
To be fair, the TV was on the whole time, so kind of all you could hear was the TV in the background.
Which is
stupid.
This is a learning experience for both of us.
Yeah.
Go back on a more positive note. The one thing that I do like about us is I do think we have really good boundaries with each other.
Yeah.
For the most part. I think we understand where we want to be around each other and we don't want to be around each other.
Which is always important. Because even though we're like nitpicking each other right now, we respect each other enough to be like, all right, I'm just gonna do my own thing. If you're annoying me, I'm just gonna do my own thing.
I do think we know when we need to separate, but there are times where I'll get annoyed because I feel like I'll spend 3 days with you, 72 hours straight, nonstop, and you'll be like, oh, we don't hang out enough. And we just spent constant, not like that, but you're just like, we don't hang out enough.
I don't mean like we don't hang out enough. I think it's quality time.
But what's quality time to you?
Like when we're actually like engaging with each other, like we're having a good time. Like on vacations, it's always quality time. We're having fun. Whereas if like, I see you every day, but if I just, happen to pass by you when you're screaming at your video game, It's like, are we really spending quality time together?
Yeah, video
sure,
games.
I'm in your vicinity, but you're not paying attention. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief.
Attention to each other.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, video games do make me violent.
Well,
Very
that
shocking.
brings me to another con for you. It's the way you yell at these video games.
It is not my fault that I'm...
all throughout the night.
Well, I'm a very passionate person, and I play a lot of simulation games where it's out of my control, and if they don't perform the way I want it to, I get very frustrated.
Who's the real perfectionist?
Maybe my simulation that's broken.
No.
I play, but I'll go more. We can talk about that later
You
on
need to be
in a
like,
different.
perfect in all these video games.
Well, not perfect, but just
if the players
it needs
are not
to be,
playing up to par,
it's not just that. It's also
they will get extremely put down.
It's also yeah, that is true. I would love to show people sometime how I actually play video games because it's different. It's a whole other world.
The first couple times I saw you do it, I thought it was really funny. But then it's just like, oh my god, I can't listen to this yelling all the time.
It gets a lot.
It's very stressful to hear this screaming at like 2 a.m.
Well, you know what? we'll go back to that down the road. I think maybe
we should maybe like do one on video gaming.
We can. But
I don't want to be in that one. But
no,
if you
no.
want to do it
But
solo,
we also one thing I also want to talk about is your retail therapy. I think retail therapy is a terrible habit and hobby. I don't think it helps anything. And
those are your opinions, Michael.
I don't
It
think
helps me a lot.
I think getting an Amazon package every single day is unnecessary and ridiculous.
Don't diss my Amazon package.
I'm not dissing the Amazon package. I'm dissing the quantity that comes in.
There is a really high quantity.
Yeah.
But it's all necessities.
It's at the point where I open the door, I'm knocking over boxes.
That only happened one time.
Very unfortunate.
It was like 10 boxes.
Yes.
I don't know what I ordered. But I can assure you it was all necessities.
I don't believe you, because you don't even use half the stuff you order.
Yes, I do.
No.
Oh my goodness. Now you're just making up stuff.
Well, I just think that
Always
retail
use my
therapy is not a healthy habit.
Nobody said it was healthy.
Well, I think you need to work on
kicking
kicking it.
drugs. Do you want me to go beyond drugs?
No,
instead?
no, obviously not. But I think that that's
Alright.
a little
See?
extreme.
So, take what you can get. Amazon or drugs.
Really, that's the two options?
Yep. We're going with Amazon.
I guess so.
I'm just saying, I could be doing drugs. So is it really that bad?
I guess.
Now it doesn't seem that bad
Retail
anymore,
therapy kind
right?
of is a drug, though.
No, it's not.
It's
Unless I'm
addictive.
ordering drugs, which I'm not. I order vitamins.
Speaking of other habits that you have, I'm actually impressed with this, but at the same time slightly alarmed, and that is your collection habits. Your rock collection, where you've collected basically every single spiritual rock that you could collect.
I was a rock collector since I was a little wee one. Mm-hmm. I've always been a collector.
Yeah.
I might even be a little bit on the spectrum in some cases.
The other collection that you have is your Bratz collection.
Yes.
Which is numerous.
A lot.
And never ending.
I haven't bought one in a while.
You haven't.
Kind of overdue.
I hate when you say that, because it makes it sound like you're just going to buy one right after this podcast ends.
I always look periodically to see if there's one worth my while, and there hasn't been one worth my while.
I will say, though, there are good things about this habit of yours, because it involves us going to different places I would never go to look for them, which opens you up to new experiences.
Like flea markets.
Like flea markets are a cool thing, and I would never go to one, but because we actually have a reason to go, it's interesting to go to them and look around.
Something different.
It is different. So I will say, if you're in a relationship and your partner has a different quirk, instead of instantly shunning it, you should look into ways to integrate it into your relationship. Mm-hmm. I think that's a really good thing to do. And that leads us more to quality time. To go back to that, because you're getting more for it than you're not just going out to eat. Because I think going out to eat is not really quality time, to be honest with you. I would stand on that. Going out to eat,
it's really not.
It's not what it used to be.
Unless you're super into going out to eat and you're trying different places and that's what you do, then maybe it's quality time. But to be honest, when we were like in that super, like, we don't know what to do, let's just go out to eat.
It wasn't quality.
We just went out to eat, and honestly, you were on your phone half the time anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think
not quality time.
Yeah, I think like when we did the brunches, that was a good thing.
We did have a brunch
experience, going through experiencing different brunches, going through those, but
trying different places is good.
But overall, you need new experiences, and you need to mix it up to keep it interesting.
And healthy habits.
Yes, because we need healthy habits.
When we were eating, we weren't healthy.
And that's
why I liked when we switched to the gym instead.
Yes.
I feel like we spend pretty good time at the gym together, even though we have our headphones on and we're not talking.
But we don't always have to talk. And that's
No.
like just being with each other and being in a good environment is always helpful. And being active, I think, is a huge benefit for couples and relationships.
Yeah.
I think you need to be active. You know, going to the gym,
something.
go hiking, do something, go for a walk. If you have an animal, just walk around the house. That's all on itself enough. I think just be active with the person.
I mean, it does get very boring to be home all the time and not really doing much.
And if you're like us,
and that's when you get to feeling lonely. Like even if you're with someone, you still might feel lonely.
We don't
You're
like
just doing the same stuff every day.
Yeah, and we don't like the same TV shows, so we won't watch TV together. We're completely different. So like we can't sit down and have a quality TV show together because we both don't see eye to eye on TV. And that's just another difference between us.
We should try to find a show.
We have tried. Sometimes we've gone lucky.
If you guys have any recommendations for shows?
Let us know.
That
because
we might like. He likes the animations.
Yes.
And I like drama.
It's very different.
But he's always like, oh, we can do an anime drama. Like, I don't want to watch an anime drama. I don't want real people.
I don't want to watch real people because I'd rather not. Because I don't connect to them.
I get to start watching Vampire Diaries again since it's almost fall.
No, I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I have to.
It's your obsessions again. But
I
just don't. I just don't like those TV shows because I don't really connect to the people that much.
How do you connect to an animation?
It's hard to explain, but they have. It's because it's like you can put yourself in that reality a little bit more.
How can you put yourself into a reality that never exists?
It's like an escape that's real.
These vampires are real.
No, they're not. Here we go. But
come on now, Michael.
Yeah, but seriously, if you guys have any recommendations for TV shows, we'd love to hear them because
we might like together to watch.
We fight about this all the time.
Yes. Am I saying any pros about you yet?
Go ahead. Just talk.
Well, my pro is that you are really passionate about things you like. So, you're never one to back down to people. No. You're always going to show your opinion, even if people don't agree with you. Outspoken. And you're funny.
At times.
Well, that's what originally made me really like you.
We first met.
Really cracked me up.
I was a really weird guy when we first met.
You still are weird.
Yeah, I was different weird then, though.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Way weirder.
Really? You think you were weirder?
Yes.
I guess I like the weird.
I think it depends. I think it depends on when you met me and how people view me now. Talk to people now, but I definitely.
I do remember some of my friends that had already known you. Like, oh, Michael's really weird.
Yes. I was out there.
Be aware, Michael's really weird.
And also, I think that goes back to me not being really treated for my mental issues. Yeah. I wasn't really diagnosed. I was just kind of, really, in better sense of the word, I was really just taking my mental health, without medication. I was just going at it and
just living life.
And experiencing it. But for most people, then you're on medication. You have Adderall. You have other things to work with. I didn't have that, so I was really just kind of just experiencing everything in a different way with no one really to look at it to guide me. And because it wasn't as talked about as much as it is now, it wasn't like I knew what was really happening.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I experienced a lot of things differently than most people. Mental health is really important, but at the same time, get it if you can. They're expensive, and I know this. Therapists can help. Having a support group is always important.
Do you think it helped you?
I think it did
start going.
I think it did to an extent, but I wasn't as always honest with my therapist as I should have been.
Right.
And I know that, and I was forthcoming.
I don't know. I've never been to one, but I think they're really easy to write off.
Yes.
Things super quickly.
Yes.
Without actually talking about it.
The other problem with mental health is this.
At least it's like you going to a psychiatrist, not even a therapist,
but
right?
With mental health, it's like a giant umbrella. Yes. And a lot of things fall under that spectrum.
Really
those
back
umbrellas.
To like a main thing.
Yes. So the couple of things that I have could be a whole entire different. Could mean that I could have autism, but they don't test for autism. So it could be like you could have 6 different symptoms of an autistic trait, but not test for that one. You know what I mean? It's more like they test.
Why wouldn't they test for autism?
It's just just what they test for.
Like you weren't tested?
No, I was just tested for ADHD and a couple other. But
I definitely have that.
Yes, so I have ADHD. But what I'm saying is that it's more like they test the symptoms and not the actual disease. But I don't want to call it a disease because it's not. It's just it's more like a trait that we have to deal with. Yeah. But that's one of the things I always talk about. But you have to.
I don't really see anything wrong with it.
No, but you just have to be aware of that when you're in scenarios and you're going through life. You have to understand that someone like me might look at things differently than someone else. Yeah. So yes, I'm a passionate person, and yes, I will fight with anyone.
We definitely embrace that.
But I embrace it, but at the same time, I have to be open to people having different opinions than me and different ideas. And then when I get obsessed over something, I'm very possessive and obsessed over it. Sports being one of them. I'm a diehard sports fan.
You are.
But I'm crazy about all sports. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre thing that I can't.
It's an obsession, though.
It is an obsession.
So you can't diss my rock collection.
Oh, I can definitely diss your rock collection. Rocks don't do anything. There's no spiritual energy in those things.
I did tell you, though, I think when I bought my last rock, I said this is probably going to be my last rock I buy. Because at that point, I had all the rocks I needed.
Yeah.
How many rocks do you really need?
I don't know how many rocks you need. I mean, it's only for you to know. Just gotta keep buying them until you find out.
I bought that $98 Moldavite.
Oh, God.
That was supposed to change my life.
It didn't do anything.
Every chip that it had out of it was supposed to be a new life lesson or something.
That just gives you an excuse to beat it around.
Yeah, but it's tiny fake. Anyway.
That's
if it
why.
gets
it's the whole
3
point.
chips, it's gone.
And that's why they want you to buy a new one and spend that money. It was just a money scam.
It's cute, though.
It's a rock.
It's pretty.
It's just a rock.
Do you have any more cons about me?
Not.
Or pros? I don't know even know if you said any pros.
Well, I can say pros. I got plenty of pros. You're extremely supportive of me. No matter no matter how bad things are getting, you've always been that emotional support that I've always needed and I've always had. No matter how bad it gets, you're there. And I can rely on you. And I've always been appreciative of that. That when I'm at my lowest, you're picking me up. You don't let me sulk.
No.
You're very big on that. You don't let me not lay around. I love to lay around. And I mean just in general, I will lay down and I'm fine for hours. Put me on a couch,
I was going to say that as one of my cons about you, but since you brought it up, I do really hate your sleep.
It's rough.
He can fall asleep
anywhere,
driving, as his insurance company knows. Fall asleep wherever.
But so it's really helpful to have you there to always kind of keep me motivated and on my toe, and you do a very good job. And
that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship.
I know, but I feel like sometimes couples don't have that.
If we were both sulking all the time, what would we be doing?
Yeah, we'd be depressed.
It'd be I'm just saying,
you're
really bad.
You really do a good job of keeping us both just up and going and constantly, moving. Yeah. And you are a big driving force in that. And your planning. Whenever you plan something, the itinerary you make is phenomenal. You could be anyone's planner, and you could you might map out their whole entire couple years worth of planning. That's how amazing it is. Any vacation we plan, it's to a T.
You see, it's weird. I'm really good at planning that kind of stuff, but in terms of what I want to do with my life, I'm really bad at planning that stuff.
I think that just comes with uncertainties and being scared of the unknown and changes. Yeah. And you don't want to take
I am scared of changes because I like planning things.
Yes.
So if something changes, but I already planned it out in my head a different way,
it's tough to map really around it. Yeah. But it also comes from you being a perfectionist and wanting everything to go exactly how you plan it.
Yes.
But
that's making a plan. It's got to go according to plan.
It's not exactly, and I think that's where we kind of mix really well because I'm an impulsive person.
You are.
So I think you latch on to me for the impulsive stuff, while when it comes to planning things out, I lean on you. Mm-hmm. And we make a really good combination doing that. And I think it's a really strong thing to have.
That's really opposites attract.
Yeah, I think having yin and yang in your relationships, but playing your strengths to your partner's weaknesses is always important.
It's always too much of one thing
is bad.
So you have to have a balance.
And I think we have a really good balance.
If we were both planners and everything had to go according to plan,
we'd never get anywhere. We'd
probably be super stressed out.
Yes. So I think it's good.
Super anxious if anything didn't happen.
Exactly.
According to plan.
Exactly. So I think it's really good how we
if we were both impulsive, we'd be jumping out like a plane right now or something. Who even knows?
It wouldn't be. We'd be doing too much. I think we do a good job of finding a safe and healthy balance.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm impulsive with is buying things.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I hate. So it's kind of funny how that works.
I see it, I want it.
No.
Might not be able to afford it, but I still want it.
It's ridiculous. It really is.
Ridiculous.
I just remember the Disney trip and how you planned that whole thing out and how perfect that went. That was the most smooth trip.
Disney trips was super stressful.
And they were supposed to be, and everyone talked about how stressful it is and the time and everything. And me, I'm like lollygagging around having a blast because you've got
this. If it was up to him,
we would have done anything.
I don't think we would have got on one ride.
You planned that thing.
Because I don't want to wait in the line.
No, you did a great job.
You gotta have your lightning lanes.
You did the whole thing perfect.
But you gotta plan your lightning lanes.
So if you guys ever need a vacation planned...
So the planner comes in.
Yeah, if you guys ever need a vacation planned, that's the girl.
I'm really good at...
You are.
It's fun, too. It's fun to plan vacations.
Yeah. I also like our music taste, but we have the same music to an extent, but you're unwilling to change it. You listen to the same music from the 2000s.
I like change, apparently.
And me, I listen to anything. I love finding new music. I listen to anything.
But what new music is good right now?
Whatever I put on the...
nothing stands out anymore.
Whatever I put on the aux cord that you just absolutely hate.
The aux cord? You don't even use the aux cord anymore.
Bluetooth now. You get the point.
This is actually the first, right here is the first aux cord.
Okay.
Bought in probably
4 years. Well, anyway, my point is that...
What's your point?
You
don't like change.
No, you don't like change.
I don't like change.
I'm fine with change.
I stick with what I like.
Yeah, and it's...
I'm happy with what I like.
Yeah, pretty nostalgic.
I have a long playlist.
Yeah.
It's 50 hours worth of songs.
It's a CVS playlist.
It's not a CVS.
It's a CVS playlist. Go to CVS, listen to our music. You'll find no difference.
First of all, I love CVS playlist. Don't diss CVS.
I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying it's basically the same thing.
But no, mine is not CVS playlist.
It's CVS.
With a couple songs here and there.
90% of it.
Like what?
All of them.
What makes it so CVS?
It's all 2000s alternative. Yeah, it's all 2000s alternative. Matchbox 20, you name it. It's on. It's the same.
Matchbox 20 CVS.
Yes, Matchbox 20.
Well.
Yeah, CVS.
Great song.
Yeah, and you got Push on Barbie. You're basically a walking nostalgia.
I'm sorry, I'm Ken enough, and you're not. That is another thing. I think I'm more of the man in the relationship.
You wish.
I think so.
No.
Just a little bit.
No. You wish you were.
I mean, all the housework. I have to put the curtains up.
You didn't put anything up.
What are you talking about?
I assembled all this.
You can ask your friend who was here a couple weeks ago when you tore the curtain down who had to put it back
We
up.
both did.
I did.
No. You won't let me. That's because you don't let me touch things.
Michael, get away.
No, yeah, because you're a perfectionist. So if you don't do it, then it's wrong. If it's not done by you, it's done wrong. There's so many times there are so many times where you've made me do things, and I do them, and you just yell at me, and then you want to do it yourself. You're like a dad. You're like a dad with that, and it's so annoying.
I'm the man.
No. It's not that. It's that if someone's just slightly crooked by half an inch, even centimeters, you're fixing it, regardless. It doesn't matter.
We gotta do it right.
It was right. You just always have.
Let's be real here. I do most of the housework.
You vacuum and clean.
When we got our little drill, I was like, Michael, this is gonna be my drill. You're like, nah, it's gonna be my drill.
You didn't use it.
I got a good drill.
We used it twice.
I'm like, I like my toolkit.
My toolkit, but okay.
Basically my toolkit.
It's my toolkit. We'll always go back and forth on this one.
There's no need to go back and forth. It's
I'm
obvious.
the man. Yeah, it's me.
I do all the handiwork.
Mm-hmm. So much handiwork around here.
Yeah.
We fixed like 4 closets, and that's about it that happens around here.
No, I hate the closets.
We do not like the closets here.
They're stressful.
No, living in this time period is stressful.
Yeah, everything's stressful. I don't know if I have any more cons about you. You're driving.
Oh, my driving's terrible. Road rage is a real thing.
Yeah.
I am my worst.
Really
I'm my worst driving. I contribute that to having to drive over an hour to work each day. I think that
well, that does suck.
On a highway, I have learned to hate everyone. People do not know how to drive, including me. But the problem is, when I'm on the road, I'm just a menace. Mm-hmm. Because I'm so mad. Because you're in my way, you're going too slow, you're a truck in the left lane, it doesn't matter. I'll nitpick everyone.
But you also got a lot of distraction mixed in with your driving, too.
That's from the ADHD. That's the biggest problem. That's definitely
relates back to that.
Yeah. I also
pick up your phone one too many times when you're driving.
This is a really weird complaint that I have, but I hate driving, but everybody makes me drive. And I'm very vocal about this.
Everyone hates. Does anyone really like driving?
No, it's not just that though. You know, when we went to Vegas, we did that big road trip.
Yeah.
I drove 3/4 of that road trip.
Yeah.
At least 2/3 of it. For like, I hate driving. And there's 4 people in the car, but I bulked up. I did most of the driving. Like that's what I mean. Like I hate driving, but in almost every circumstance, for some reason, I'm the one who ends up having to drive. Yeah. Usually I'm the silver D because I don't like drinking, so I kind of eat that and I understand that. But we live far away from our friends, and they say, "Hey, we want to hang out." We have to drive to them. They don't drive to us most of the time.
For the most part.
It's very frustrating that I'm always the one driving, but I've always been very clear that I don't like doing it. It's the way it works.
It's just the way it goes.
It's just the way it goes.
It's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll never drive.
I know you won't. Passenger Princess.
Passenger Princess.
Yep.
That's right. At least on the road trip, I kept you awake, though.
You did
You
did exactly what you were supposed to do on that road trip. And we'll probably go more into detail about that in another video, just detailing vacations and the struggles that we'll have with them.
Yeah.
And we'll go over a couple more things down the road about, things as relationships and as a couple we've experienced and, living through these times and how to survive. But overall, I think we do a really good job of working together. Mm-hmm. And I do think we mesh very, very well.
I think at the end of the day, there's always going to be things about your significant other that you like and that you don't like. But
the key is
as long as you kind of respect each other's boundaries, realize when you need to take a step back, you can live with them.
I agree, and I think that's the
and
the
if
key.
You love someone, you can live with them.
You just have to find ways to make it work. Figure out things that you guys like and do them together. Mm-hmm. Gym was a big help. Concerts are a big help. Going to the same concerts we like.
Concerts are good,
this summer was great because of the concerts.
As much as you want to diss my not willingness to change,
the music was good.
Music taste, we was awesome.